Welcome to the video. I am Patrick, and as you can already see by the title, we will be revisiting this 1950s movie, which I think was actually supposed to be pretty big in its day, and in relations to where we are right now, currently quarantined in the Philippines. So we want to just, take a look at this and see what kind of lessons that we can pick up from this movie. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in this time. We want to get right to it. First of all, I do want to mention though, if you like these type of videos, go ahead and share them. Go ahead and join in on the discussion, because to me the movies go way beyond entertainment. A lot of times there are some different lessons and things that we can learn from these movies that are given to us, which is why I have no issue with going back in time to a 1950s movie to see what were they talking about back then, see what types of media they were putting out regarding to pandemics and things of that nature, and see if there's anything that I noticed. Okay, now the first thing that I thought, of course, this movie is gonna be a bit spoilerish. I know there's probably a lot of our subscribers and other people that probably have not went back and watched the 1950s movie, and some of you may not even be interested in that, but there can be some lessons learned here, and if you just want to listen, please do. Please join in the discussion of the things that I've noticed from this movie. If you would like to watch this movie, go ahead and stop right now and go ahead and watch the movie. Come back and see the things that I've noticed and see if you noticed those same things. All right. Now, the first thing I noticed was how horrible the PPE was in this movie. I swear I don't think I've seen, well, I think I've maybe seen one person wear a glove in this whole movie. I really didn't see anybody. I might have seen one wear a face mask in this movie. It was so crazy. And none of those people were main characters. I thought that was crazy, okay? The guy in the scene with the patient zero, he's removing the bullet from the guy. He also discovers that the guy has bubonic plague or pneumonic plague, whichever way you want to say it. And he's not wearing gloves, even after he notices how severe, the doctor notices right away, oh, this is what this is. Yet he only tells one guy to leave the room, but he touches the door with his bare hands. He continues removing the bullets and such, or whatever. He removes the bullets, because we get the bullets. Somebody brings up a bullet later on, and he immediately cremated the body, which we don't see on camera, but he just mentions to someone later on. Next, we have the threats, and I'm calling them threats because they were like threatening the workers that worked in, all of the police officers that worked in this place, to have basically get vaccines, but they called them inoculations back then. And one of the guys was resistant to get because they were questioning, what is this, which was a good thing. You do want to know what is being injected into your body, and you have every right to know those things. However, I thought it was very interesting to note that the guy that was, I believe it was a doctor or someone else said that he had assisting him. They threatened the guy with 10 days of quarantine, or else he needs to get this vaccination, get this inoculation, or else be quarantined for 10 days. And the guy went ahead and allowed them to inoculate him with this whatever it was, this drug vaccine or whatever it was, so that I guess he was able to continue going around. Next, there was a scene where I think it was the captain. He insinuated to the doctor who had discovered the plague, and he had that there was no proof of it, and probably he said he was trying to insinuate that the doctor was possibly making something out of nothing, as he put it. You're trying to make something out of nothing just to be important, is what he told the doctor. because at that time the doctor, like I said, once the doctor did what he did with the patient zero, he immediately cremated the body, everything, and I think he said he burned everything in the room that ever touched him and all of this stuff. So unfortunately, there was no proof left behind for anybody else to further test and confirm that what this doctor was saying is true. He was the only one in the town able to go to tell about it. Okay, now the biggest topic that I got out of this film deals with the media reporters feeling like they have the right to expose anything or to tell the public anything, versus what the officials were actually just trying to handle the situation kind of behind the scenes. They were just going through trying to retrace the steps of anybody that patient zero had dealt with, had spoken with, had come in contact with, and they were just handling it that way so that they didn't cause any panic in the streets. Now, speaking of panic in the streets for a second, I don't recall seeing really any panic in the streets throughout this, but this was the biggest topic because I really felt like that could relate to today, because we have a lot of people, even like such as on YouTube videos like this, you have blogs and you know, vloggers and even just the major news networks and such that feel like they have the right to expose every little piece of detail that they know about any given thing. Now, I understand that is, you know, yes, they like as they would put it, the public has the right to know. Okay. However, what about the other side of the things where possibly the officials, your mayors, your governors, things of that, your police chiefs, they're trying to handle things behind the scenes so that they don't cause such panic in the streets, as we know would happen. We've seen it so many times. How many times do we see that in the media? People put out different stories and things that because they, you know, yes, it's a major situation going on. However, what if they would have waited at certain times and allowed things to just be taken care of behind the scenes? Not saying that I'm totally for that or against it. I'm just posing to you the question, like, what if these people were allowed to just handle certain things behind the scenes, and then we just we're continuing about our lives unless it did get out of control? Because as one of the people in the movie put it, the doctor said, we don't want the story to get out, because if the story gets out, a lot of the people that we're trying to find and trace right now, they're gonna panic, and they might leave the town, they might leave the city and be anywhere else in the world, you know. And that, to me, that was the hugest thing from this whole movie. What do you think? Because if you expose something, a lot of times people will go into hiding. Even if coming out would be to their best interest, a lot of times they just hide out of fear, and they may retreat and go somewhere else. But in their retreating and hiding, they end up infecting others, and you know, the cycle goes on and on and on. What do you guys think? What do you think about this topic? What do you think about the things pointed out about this film? Please go ahead and leave your comments, like and subscribe to this channel if you would, and share the video so that we can continue this topic and see what other people think, not only in your area but around the world. And until next time, peace.